Hi, I'm Cheryl.
And I'm Maria.
She's my daughter.
Hi.
Welcome to the Sewing Room channel. I have a really basic, simple project for you. So if you're a beginner, this is definitely one you need to try. This is a turban headband. You can see this little knot up there. You don't really tie it in a knot, but there's a special way you fold the fabric and stitch it. It takes maybe 5 minutes to do. So let's get started. The type of fabric that you need is a stretch knit. So that's what this is. Now before you cut out your fabric, you want to see which way it stretches. Now this particular stretch knit actually stretches both ways. So it stretches this way and this way. Then you want to cut the longest edge, whichever is the direction of your stretch. Your longest edges must be on that direction. So cut it 8 inches wide this way and 22 inches this way. Then you're going to take it, and this is the front side, bring front sides together and then get it lined up. Now stretch knit is a little hard to line up. You kind of have to fuss with it a little bit. But once you get it lined up, then you're going to stitch a 1/4 inch seam along this edge. Make sure you select a small zigzag stitch, because when you're sewing on stretch knits, if you use a regular straight stitch and you stretch the fabric, your thread will break. So make sure you select a small zigzag stitch, and then just go ahead and stitch it from one end to the other. Now you might have to increase the length a little bit, which I'm going to do because mine's just a little too small. So I'm just going to go into my section here and I'm going to increase the length a little bit. So always do a little test stitch on your fabric to make sure it's going to work. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and stitch from one end all the way down to the other end. Now turn it front side out. So just fold that top edge over and begin to push your fabric through. Make sure your seam is going right down the middle here. So it might take a moment to adjust it and get it there. Now this is the seam side is up. So you want to turn it to where the seam side is facing down. Then you're going to bring the two ends, folding it in half, bring the two ends together like this. Now right now I have the seams at each end lined up with each other. Now you want to offset it. So take this seam and bring it out to the side over here. So bring it over. So it may look a little strange, but believe me, it'll all work out. Now you're going to take this side here and fold it under to the back. And you're going to take this side and fold it over to the front. And then you're going to stitch about a 1/4 to 1/2 inch seam right along this edge up here. Now I will usually go back and forth a couple of times. Let me get my needle down in there and I'm going to stitch it again because this is a stress area, so you want to make sure you go across it several times. And I'm going to do it one more time, just a little bit. If this seam is all jagged here like mine is, go ahead and just trim it all down to 1/4 inch. After you're done stitching, go ahead and turn it to where the front side is facing out. And then you have your little Turban Headband. Let me get this one piece out a little more. And there you go. Isn't that cool? Well, I hope you learned something new, and definitely you have to try this one. So if you have scrap pieces of stretch fabric, whip those scraps out and make a lot of headbands.
Make sure you check out the Sewing Room channel on Instagram and on Facebook.
Yes, and if you're interested in other hair accessories, check below your YouTube screen for those video links. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time, and happy sewing! I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please click on the thumbs up button. And don't forget to click on share to share this video with your friends. If you haven't subscribed yet, click on that red subscribe button down there in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. Click on the bell so you can receive notifications about my latest videos. I'm Cheryl, and this is Scotty, and this is Manny. See you next time, and happy sewing!